So we're going to start in a minute. So if you want to do interviews, you probably got to wait it out. Is it working?
I switched over internet. We live now.
Okay.
I just switched where I'm doing it at. That's all.
Okay.
I think that pretty much wraps up everything I had. Was there anything else about today that you wanted to add? Anything about the
We're supposed to start at 11, so
I figured I would be
okay. I think everyone's going to
It's just YouTube. You can work on YouTube. So YouTube is actually, you look at the computer right here. It's YouTube experience and low.
Oh, yeah, good time.
See how the yellow is?
Yeah. Do the best you can.
Are we,
It's before.
as soon as Mr. Okay, so I think we're going to start now. Are
Yeah.
we good?
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you. Okay, great.
No, it's okay, it's okay. Hey, how you doing? You are coming. No, that's all right. Average. I did. You get my phone. Thank you. Best person to talk to. There's Mitch.
I know. Whenever I text you.
No le digo nada. Ni va a venir.
I appreciate all the help.
Que no sé. Es como cuando usted va de visita de una persona rica. Cuando usted se parece que fuera de otra persona.
Good morning, everyone.
Buenos días a todos.
Thank you all for coming out today. A little bit chilly day. We had sun, we have no sun, but at least we don't have rain.
Muchas gracias. Haciendo un poco de frío.
Mathon.
¿Vegan?
Mathon.
¿Vegan? Este es un día muy feliz para todos. El director de Piedmont Alliance.
But before we let ourselves enter into celebration, I want to take time to acknowledge the profound history of this place, this land.
Antes de que comencemos a celebrar la importancia histórica de esto por muchos años.
For some, it was for a short time. For others, it is all they have known. For many, it has been a place of family.
Una comunidad.
And for others, it has reflected the challenge of broader social injustices, families caught in the unrelenting gears of generational poverty.
Y para otros ha representado una forma de injusticia social.
But long before this land was honored and lived upon by the sovereign Monacan people. This land is the ancestral home today.
Pero esta tierra, antes de esto, había sido la tierra de la gente mónaca. Representa tierras ancestrales de la población mónaca.
This land was not just their home for countless generations, but specifically this land just to the south of us at Biscuit Run was the hunting ground for Monacan people, a place of sustenance and shared resources.
Y esta tierra no ha sido solo su hogar, sino que representó un lugar en donde podían hacer cacería y obtener todos sus recursos.
So I'd like to take a moment, let us all take a moment to have a moment of silence to honor the acts of survival and perseverance of people who continue to thrive in the face of unrelenting challenges.
Y entonces quiero pedirles a todos un momento de silencio para honrar la memoria de los individuos que han utilizado esta comunidad como un acto de resistencia.
Thank you.
Gracias.
When I arrived in Charlottesville 6 years ago, I knew little of this history. As an outsider and as a white man, I have had to listen, and I have come to learn that we cannot turn our gaze to the future to explore what's possible, whether here at Southwood or in the region more broadly, without truly acknowledging the weight of the past.
Cuando yo llegué a Charlottesville como una persona de fuera, como un hombre blanco, no tenía idea de la historia de este lugar y he venido a aprender todo lo que significa poder estar en un lugar en donde hay oportunidad.
None of us here necessarily created the past, but we all inherited it, and as such, we bear the responsibility for striving to heal.
No, ninguno de nosotros necesariamente creamos el pasado, pero lo hemos heredado y está en nosotros poder hacer una diferencia en el futuro.
For years, the residents of Southwood, in partnership with Habitat, have been working tirelessly to do just that, to envision a healed future for this community and this land.
Por muchos años los residentes han tratado precisamente de hacer esto, de buscar un lugar de sanación para los residentes de este lugar.
The residents of Southwood have spent countless hours advocating for themselves and their families, working and reworking a redevelopment plan that changes the narrative, makes real and lasting change, and aims to heal this community, and in the end, heal all of us.
Por muchos años los residentes de Southwest han hecho precisamente esto, buscar un lugar en el que ellos puedan obtener desarrollo y sanación para su comunidad.
The result of their hundreds of hours of hard work, applied wisdom, and unending dedication, even through difficult times, is really, truly remarkable. It is a vision that we are deeply honored to be a part of. Hickory Hope Apartments represents one important piece of a complex, inspirational vision for transformation rooted in resident-centered.
Los resultados de esta lucha, de esta resistencia han sido realmente importantes. Y este es el objetivo de esta nueva comunidad.
In recent years, the Albemarle Charlottesville region has become a nationally recognized epicenter for cutting-edge, resident-led development efforts by and with historically low-income communities of color. These transformational developments, Southwood among them, are recognized as exceptional and nationally significant because they are being planned on the community's terms.
Por muchos años esta comunidad ha sido históricamente el lugar para personas que tienen de color y esta es precisamente el objetivo de esta nueva comunidad.
The efforts honor and build upon the community members' aspirations for their community's future, and Southwood is one of these incredible examples. And as an architect by training and an executive director by profession, I can say with complete conviction the resulting Southwood redevelopment plan is profoundly better for this rare inclusion process.
Como arquitecto y director ejecutivo de este proyecto, puedo decir que el resultado de este proyecto es la resistencia y el desarrollo de esta comunidad.
Hickory Hope Apartments, which we'll see starting to frame up here shortly, is a unique partnership between Piedmont Housing Alliance, Habitat for Humanity of Greater Charlottesville, Albemarle County, and Southwood residents. Although we've taken a little bit longer to get here than we expected, we held our first meeting with residents over 4 years ago. Hickory Hope Apartments, when complete, will mark the main road entry into the new community.
Este proyecto es el resultado de diferentes organizaciones en el condado de Albemarle, aunque ha tomado varios años llegar a este momento. Este es un momento crucial en la construcción de nuevos desarrollos.
We know this location is a position of honor in the Southwood community, and we will do everything possible to live up to that.
Sabemos que este es un compromiso muy importante para la comunidad Southwest y haremos lo posible por cumplir con ese reto.
We know that the buildings that are beginning construction this month are just buildings in the end. But we also know that these buildings are both symbolic and purpose-built. The homes in the new Hickory Hope community, set within the larger Southwood community, will provide 121 beautiful, dignified, low-cost places to call home for families that otherwise have very few choices.
Sabemos que estos edificios serán solo edificios, pero son mucho más que esto. Estos edificios proveerán casas para 121 residentes y un lugar de desarrollo.
Rich with services including social activities, coordinated food distributions, eviction prevention programs, financial coaching, and an on-site Head Start preschool program, Hickory Hope will become a foundation for the community and family stability.
Con diferentes desarrollos, como por ejemplo
Coordinated food distributions,
distribución coordinada de alimentos, la prevención de programas de evicción, dando ayuda financiera y algunos otros servicios en sitio, van a permitir que este programa sea mucho más que provea estabilidad a las familias.
Thank you. That was a tough one. Now, this is where we get to acknowledge those who have dedicated their lives and their passion to this extraordinary work. But before I begin those acknowledgements, I want to highlight that Hickory Hope was perhaps the most difficult project to get to this moment in my professional experience.
En este momento voy a agradecer y a reconocer a todas las personas que han hecho esto posible, pero antes de esto quiero hacer una pausa para decir todo lo que nos ha tomado llegar aquí.
Through COVID, unprecedented cost increases, bank closures, investor and general contractor changes, and every other possible hurdle I don't have time to name, every one of our partners rallied to support the vision and to plow a path forward with us.
Después de COVID, de diferentes incrementos en los costos, de problemas bancarios y con los inversionistas y contratistas, etcétera, hubo un montón de problemas que no tengo tiempo de mencionar, pero ha sido precisamente el apoyo de la comunidad lo que nos ha permitido llegar hasta aquí.
Throughout all of this, I never gave up hope, and everyone joined hands to ensure that we could bring Hickory Hope to reality. That was a little campy, I know.
Después de todo esto, yo nunca he perdido la esperanza y todos han trabajado muy fuerte para hacer posible, para que esto sea hecho una realidad.
Now, with that said, first and foremost, I must begin with honoring the community members of Southwood who have put their trust in us. Though I don't have everyone's name to honor them individually, I'd like to acknowledge their remarkable efforts in helping us get to this moment in time.
Primero que nada, quiero agradecer a las personas que son residentes de Southwest, que por su resistencia han sido una parte muy importante de este proyecto.
And throughout all of this, these residents have been gracefully supported by Habitat staff. And from the staff who ground truth the work, all the way through Habitat leadership and board members.
Y a través de todo esto, estos residentes han sido apoyados por los miembros de Habitat, y a todos estos miembros de Habitat han sido una parte muy importante de este proyecto.
And it has also taken uncountable hours of labor by the staff of Piedmont Housing Alliance to bring us to this day. I can't name everyone, but we would not be here today specifically without Andy Miller, Michael Eaton, Bill Bush, and Ernesia Coles, particularly Ernesia. She has kept us grounded and persistently moving forward.
Y también quiero agradecer a todos los miembros de Piedmont Housing que han sido una parte muy fundamental de este proyecto. No los puedo nombrar a todos, pero agradezco a estas personas.
Additionally, I would like to honor the support of the Piedmont Housing Alliance Board. The guidance and wisdom they provide shapes our path forward and sets the foundation for us to do our good work.
Y por último, quiero también agradecer el esfuerzo de
the Piedmont Housing Alliance Board,
Piedmont Housing Alliance Board por todo su apoyo en este proyecto.
This day would also not be possible without the incredible dedication of the architects, engineers, and other consultants who listened deeply and translated the ideas through paper, pen, and drawing.
Este día tampoco sería posible sin el trabajo de los arquitectos, contratistas y otros consultores que con su trabajo han hecho posible este sueño.
Again, I can't name everyone, but these partners have done amazing work. BRW Architects, Timmins Engineers, Stengel Engineering, Purcell Construction, Martin Horn Construction, Joseph Brown Development Advisors, MACA, Klein Hornig, Boyd & Sipe, and Omni Partners.
Y nuevamente no puedo nombrarlos a todos, pero estas son las organizaciones que han hecho un trabajo muy importante.
And lastly, this enormously complex effort could never become reality without committed funding partners. Truly, truly, we are grateful. The vision would never have taken root without them.
Y finalmente, quiero agradecer el apoyo incondicional de las organizaciones que nos han dado el apoyo económico. Sin ellos esto no hubiera sido posible.
Albemarle County, the staff and board of supervisors both have made an unprecedented commitment to this resident-driven vision.
El condado de Albemarle, los trabajadores de los supervisores del board of supervisors que han estado muy dedicados a este proyecto.
Virginia Housing and the Department of Housing and Community Development have been invaluable partners, particularly through the unpredictable years of COVID and inflation.
El Departamento de Vivienda de Virginia han sido una parte muy importante de este proyecto, especialmente durante los años del COVID.
Enterprise Community Partners and JP Morgan Chase, the equity investor team that stepped up to fill the gap and keep us on track by turning tax credits into real dollars.
Y las organizaciones Enterprise Community Partners y Morgan Chase, que son los inversores financieros.
Locus, the CDFI fund, and other key lending partners that helped us cover pre-development costs that piled up over 4 years.
Locus, the CDFI Fund y algunos otros que nos han dado préstamos que nos han permitido cubrir muchos gastos que se acumularon durante los años.
Senators Kane and Warner, whose offices personally championed federal financial support for Hickory Hope that ultimately closed the final funding gap.
Los senadores Kane y Warner que nos han dado apoyo incondicional y financiero durante estos años.
And if there's anyone I missed, I'm sorry. We love you too.
Y si olvidé a alguien, lo siento mucho. También los queremos.
And lastly, as all great design work should do, the redevelopment of Southwood won't just be transformational for this community, for these families, but it will act as a fulcrum to the future for the whole of the region.
Y finalmente, este desarrollo de Southwood no solo va a ser muy importante para las familias que vivirán aquí, sino que ayudará al desarrollo de la comunidad entera.
And it will reach further yet to the rest of the Commonwealth and beyond. This work of excellence will influence communities everywhere. With the deepest respect for everyone here, thank you for all that you do.
Y tendrá una controversia no solo aquí en esta área, sino en toda en la comunidad Commonwealth alrededor de nosotros. Agradezco sinceramente a todos por su ayuda y por estar aquí.
And with that, we're going to move on to a few more speakers before we wrap up. And I would first want to acknowledge and welcome up Dan Rosenzweig, the Executive Director of Habitat Charlottesville. Dan has been an incredible partner throughout all of this and an incredible visionary helping lead the Southwood redevelopment overall.
Thank you, Sunshine, for those beautiful words, and even more importantly, for the amazing welcome sentiment behind it. You are truly a heartfelt leader and a visionary, and I'm really honored to call you colleague and even more importantly, friend.
Muchas gracias, Sunshine, por este sentimiento tan de tu corazón y sobre todo por estas palabras tan importantes y este proyecto. Estoy honrado no solo de llamarte mi colega, sino también mi amigo.
And thank you to everybody at PHA for inviting me to be part of this today.
Muchas gracias a todos en PHA por haberme invitado a ser parte de este proyecto el día de hoy.
I'm really glad that Sunshine addressed the past, because the past is really critical.
Estoy muy contento de que Sunshine haya hablado acerca del pasado, porque el pasado es crítico.
And it gives me license to talk about the future.
Y me da permiso de hablar acerca del futuro.
Think about it. So one of the core values of the Southwood redevelopment from the very start was to make it an inclusive community.
Y si ustedes lo piensan bien, desde el principio el programa de Southwest, la idea era hacer algo para la comunidad.
One of Habitat's core values was to utilize the redevelopment of Southwood to increase the regional supply of affordable housing.
Uno de los objetivos de Southwest era de hacer que esta área fuera un desarrollo para la comunidad.
This has been home to about 320 families.
Esta área ha sido casa de unas 320 familias.
And when complete, it'll be home to about 1,100 families.
Y cuando el proyecto termine, será hogar de unas 11,000 familias.
And that was really, really central when we asked the residents of Southwood what were their core values.
Y esto ha sido una de las cosas centrales cuando nosotros preguntamos a los residentes de Southwest cuáles eran sus valores.
Their answer overwhelmingly was for it to be a welcoming community.
Y su respuesta siempre fue que esto fuera una comunidad que los albergara.
Because for generations, this has been a place that has welcomed them.
Porque ha sido un lugar que los ha aceptado por generaciones.
So they wanted to create space for more people to be able to come in and enjoy the blessings of community that they've enjoyed over the years.
Entonces querían que este fuera un lugar en el que la comunidad los aceptara y cuando personas nuevas llegaran también fueran aceptados por generaciones.
So think about it. Right now there are 121 families in this area, in this region. They all have different stories, but they share similarities.
Y si ustedes lo piensan bien, ahora mismo hay 121 familias en esta región. Todos tienen diferentes historias, pero todos tienen similitudes.
Some are doubled up in homes, some are tripled up in homes, some live in homes with no plumbing.
Algunos están en casas dobles o triples, algunos están en casas sin suficientes servicios de cañería.
Many of them spend their income on housing, leaving little space for food, education, or even a vacation.
Muchos de ellos gastan más del 50% de lo que ganan en sus hogares, por lo que les queda poco dinero para para la comida, para educación o incluso para ir de vacaciones.
They're among the roughly 12,000 families in our region who are experiencing housing challenges.
Y hay cerca de 12,000 familias en nuestra región que están sufriendo este tipo de retos.
Now let's fast forward a year or two when these beautiful apartments and the beautiful homes are built.
Y ahora pensemos en el futuro, una vez que todas estas casas sean construidas.
These 121 apartments will provide stability, security, and perhaps most importantly, hope.
Estos 121 departamentos van a dar estabilidad, seguridad y sobre todo esperanza.
So thank you so much to our treasured partners at PHA for your incredible creativity, for your willingness to listen, to invite residents of Southwood to be part of the design process, it's a central part of it, and for your incredible perseverance over the last rough 3 years.
Y muchas gracias a PHI por todo su apoyo, por ser tan importantes en este proyecto y sobre todo por su perseverancia.
This project, we've always said, is way too big for just Habitat or Habitat and Piedmont Housing or all of us working together with the residents to make happen.
Este proyecto siempre ha sido más grande que solo Habitat o Habitat Piedmont o incluso para todos nosotros.